it's Victoria here from Bella Crafts. I just wanted to bring you a video to say hello. We're missing lots of your faces already, lots of happy little people that definitely bring us a smile during the day. But we're really glad that we can bring you some videos and hopefully keep in touch and help supporting you guys online. We're going to be shortly bringing out some videos to keep you crafting with your children, but we just thought we'd also give you a few ideas of things that you can use from around your house during this time if you've not had chance to stock up or get to the shops and you're feeling a little bit desperate and you're not sure what you can use to keep yourselves crafting. So these are just things that I found around my house. I moved in here in January, so we haven't managed to stockpile much to keep us kind of crafting, but these are just things that I have here. So first, if you're going to be doing some painting but you don't have a paint palette, using a paper plate is a fab idea. I know lots of people have these hanging around after parties, and obviously you can throw them away when you're finished. You can also, if you're going to be using poster or acrylic paints, they will wash off just with hot soapy water. So if you need to use a plate from your kitchen cupboard or a eating tray, you can find different things because most of those paints will wash off. Now I discovered recently that I left all of my paintbrushes in my mother's house, which I now can't get to. So if you guys are struggling with paintbrushes, here's a couple of little ideas. So little cotton buds, these are fantastic. I'll just show you one of the things that you can do with these. So using my paper plate, all you do is just dot your little cotton bud into your paint, and then you can just make little dots. So this is a great way for children to do little art projects. You can do like rock painting with this, so that works really nicely. You can also kind of roll it in the paint a little bit and then make kind of paint effects like this. So that's just a way that you can do with a cotton bud. Also, if you've got any sponges at home, so this is just a normal dish sponge. We have used it a couple of times and it's been through the washing machine, but I probably wouldn't want to use it again on my dishes because it's looking a bit grey. But you can just cut these up, these are fab. And again, if you just dip it in your paints, you can just dab away like so. You can also use the good old-fashioned potato. If you want to make a little potato stamp, simply chop it in half. Cut your shape out, so it could be a love heart or a cloud or a boat, and you can do little potato stamps. If you guys are struggling, if you want to do, I know at Bella Crafts we use lots of little tubs to separate different materials, so to do sequins or buttons or glue. This is something I definitely don't have at home. Who's got thousands of teeny tiny tubs? I don't know. Just Bella Crafts. But this is actually just an egg box. I'll just give it a little wash out, but it is perfect if you have got little ones and you want to just give them a few materials to play with. So you could put like sequins, there's tissue paper, you might have buttons or pom-poms, or to do a little glue pot. That's just a really good way of putting them out so they can reach them easily but kind of keeps them separate. So egg boxes are fantastic to use for that kind of thing. Some of the projects that we're going to be bringing you, we're going to be showing different things to stick on. So obviously we have supplies of sequins and tissue paper and pipe cleaners. But if you don't have this kind of thing, I just wanted to give you a couple of ideas. So this is just a wrapper from some onions. But if you were to chop this up, it does make fantastic kind of little bits for children to stick on. And I know this kind of packaging comes with oranges, lots of different fruits. Brilliant if you're going to be doing any mermaid crafts. Sticking some of this stuff on their tails is really fab. And I think children just really like different textiles and different things to use. You can also use, this is good old-fashioned kitchen roll. I know some of us may have excesses of toilet rolls that we have to use, but you can just tear this up, or you can again use your scissors, and that will create a really nice texture on things. You can either glue it on as it is, you could break it off into smaller bits and roll it up into little balls to make like little pom-poms or eyes. You can paint on it, you can glue on it, So kitchen roll or toilet rolls is a really good item to add a little bit of texture or detail. If you want to make something a bit more 3D, you can layer it up. So that's a really good thing to use that you might not have necessarily thought of. Over the last kind of few days posting out all of these kits, I've been hunting high and low for this stuff. So I was actually amazed at how much bubble wrap we already had in the house. But bubble wrap's fantastic for adding a bit of texture. Again, you can chop it up, it will chop up really nicely. You can layer it, you can do layers of tissue paper over the top, so that works really well. And then just to bring you a few ideas, so we're using lots of paper plates and different bits to create our projects. But some really good things to save if you're feeling a little bit stuck. Tin cans, if you just give them a wash out, make sure that there's no sharp bits on there. They're fantastic. You can cover them with fabric, papers, all sorts of different things. They'll paint really nicely with acrylic or chalk paint, so that works really well. Toilet roll or kitchen roll tubes. You can do all sorts with these little tubes. They do come in really handy. We will be showing you a few different ideas over the next couple of days, but a quick search on Pinterest will give you a few ideas as well. Egg boxes. I do save lots of egg boxes. I tend to use them to plant seeds in. But again, you can do loads of fab things. You can cut them up and turn them into little caterpillar bellies. They are fantastic to use for different projects, so definitely keep those. And then another thing that I know lots of people are doing is sorting through all their wardrobes and sorting out all their excess materials and old clothes. So don't be afraid to cut your old clothes up. You can kind of cut them up into pieces to make yarns with, or you might want to do some decoupage with fabric. It doesn't matter if you're not a sewer, you can use fabric for lots of different craft activities and projects as well. So just another little idea if you're stuck. I hope that's been helpful for you. As I say, we have lots more coming out over the next kind of few days and weeks. But I just wanted to give you guys a bit of a toolkit if you're feeling like you don't have anything to do any crafts at home with. Hopefully that gives you a few little ideas. All right, thank you. We'll see you soon. Bye.